Stray Dog Won't Leave Hospital Door, a story that will touch you. A golden-haired stray dog stands motionless at the entrance of the hospital. 7 days. No food, no rest. Just waiting. Bella doesn't know what happened to Miguel, her owner. Her eyes fixed on the door, silently pleading for a miracle. What happens next is something no one could have imagined. Subscribe now and find out how this emotional story ends. The light rain fell over the asphalt as the headlights of passing cars lit up the entrance of the city's general hospital. Among the hurried pedestrians, one solitary figure stood motionless at the sidewalk's edge. A stray dog with golden fur and a worried expression, staring intently at the emergency room door. Her name was Bella, and she had been there for 6 days. 6 days since her owner, an elderly retired man named Miguel, had been rushed away in an ambulance, disappearing behind those automatic doors that never opened to bring him back. Bella couldn't understand what was happening. All she knew was that Miguel always came back. He'd go out for bread and return. He'd chat with the neighbor and come back. But now, no matter how much she waited, he didn't show up. Time felt like a cruel punishment. Her stomach growled with hunger, but her loyalty outweighed any need. Drivers who stopped at the light glanced at the dog with curiosity and sadness, some even tossing bits of bread or scraps of food her way, but she never moved. Her gaze remained fixed on the hospital. Inside the hospital, Miguel fought against the darkness. His frail body was trying to resist the spread of an infection that crept like shadows through his blood. In his mind, flashes of his life passed like a dusty old film. The first day he met Bella, a scared puppy in a cardboard box at the square. The awkward first bath, the first night she curled up at his feet. "I'll come back to you, my girl," he whispered in his feverish thoughts, even though he didn't know if he could keep that promise. Meanwhile, Bella caught the attention of a nurse named Helena. Every time she stepped out for some fresh air during her shifts, there she was, the dog, unmoving, eyes full of hope. The sight tugged at her heart. She recognized that waiting gaze, the same one she had seen many times in hospital hallways, from patients longing for a visit that would never come. Helena decided to bring a bowl of food for the dog, and in a soft voice, tried to coax her over. "Come here, little one. You must be starving." But Bella only wagged her tail shyly, without moving. She wasn't hungry for food. On the 7th day, there was a change in the activity at the hospital entrance. Doctors and nurses rushed about, and Helena noticed something was going on. Her heart quickened. What could it be? That's when she saw, her throat tightening, a stretcher being wheeled down the hallway. Beneath the white sheet lay Miguel's body. The old man, who had once been everything to Bella, was now becoming just another forgotten story of the hospital, with no more visitors. The stretcher carrying Miguel's body glided silently down the hospital corridor, the white sheet covering him like a shroud of farewell, heavy and final. Helena, watching the scene through the window, felt a tightness in her chest. She knew the process well. She had seen many people leave, but something told her that Miguel wouldn't be easily forgotten. The pain of the loss seemed even more raw when she saw Bella's unwavering loyalty, still there, motionless, waiting. Helena knew there was nothing more to be done for Miguel. His life had already ended, but when she looked at Bella, she felt a weight. The dog was still there, as though waiting for something, an answer, a word that would never come. Bella's unconditional loyalty touched the heart of everyone who saw her. When she went through Miguel's belongings, Helena found something in the pocket of his coat. It was a crumpled piece of paper, hidden deep inside. She took it out and carefully unfolded it. The note was handwritten, with shaky handwriting. "If something happens to me, take care of Bella. She never abandoned me, and I know she won't understand what happened. Please take care of her like I did." The words hit Helena like a heavy burden. The request of a simple man, but one deeply loyal to his dog, was now her responsibility. She looked at Bella, still in the same spot, eyes locked on the hospital door. Unknowingly, the dog was already sensing the absence that filled the space. "You're right, Miguel," whispered Helena, her voice barely audible. "I'll take care of her, I promise." In the days that followed, the hospital kept its routine, but Helena couldn't shake the memory of Miguel's request. She passed by Bella whenever she could, bringing food, but the dog wouldn't take it. She didn't want to eat. The pain of losing her owner, of losing the bond that made her feel safe, was greater than any meal. The hospital felt like a prison of sorrow for both of them. The following morning, Helena made a decision. She left the hospital on her day off and walked to Bella. This time, she knelt in front of the dog, her eyes holding something different. "You don't have to wait anymore, little one," she said softly. Helena's voice wasn't one of pity, but one of understanding. She opened her arms, inviting Bella into something new. Bella looked at her with eyes full of pain, but now, perhaps for the first time, something else seemed to shine through: acceptance. Slowly, she took a step toward Helena, then another, and another. The dog, who had been still for so long, finally seemed ready to move forward. Helena welcomed her with warmth, feeling the little body press against hers. The pain of losing Miguel was still alive, but in that moment, she understood that it wasn't just Miguel who cared for Bella. There was now someone else who was willing to care for her, not to replace Miguel, but to offer her the love she deserved. Bella would always carry the longing for Miguel, but with each step by Helena's side, the pain began to feel more bearable. Life, with all its losses and new beginnings, moved on, and Bella, though marked by the memory of her owner, found a new path beside the woman who now promised to care for her. If you also believe in the power of love and loyalty in dogs, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more touching stories like this one. And I want to know, have you ever lived through or heard about a heroic story